the family that will iron it out. And then instead of her to vacate the daughter from the house, her own family place, let her stay away from the house. Did not take it. I'm advising her, he's supposed to play the justice of peace now. Not support anybody, this and this. It's an evil act. Right. Be a wife to the husband and then the mother of that girl. You stand in the center as a referee and manage them and be a justice of peace there. Not to this and this. She has failed to do her duty. Because if that type of thing happens, and they don't want to expose it, he go and report the matter to the father's family. They will call on him. They will caution him. And then some place is abomination, pure abomination. Pure abomination. Contrary to the culture of people. They will caution him. And then at that time, you carry your daughter from the family. Go to your own family. Let her remain there. You have separate them. But he failed to do all this thing before this thing happened.
No, but so Elder, sorry to butt you. We understand that the husband is an abusive, person, and there have been cases of all this wife or has been a victim of her husband's domestic violence and abuse throughout their marriage. How easy is it really for a wife or mother in this kind of situation to navigate, especially knowing how abusive the husband is?
And to add to it, the husband is a prosecutor.
You see, but people fail to know what the word of God is saying. You see, if you go to 1 Corinthians 7:13, you say if a believer marry an unbeliever, if the believer went to go, it's not banned. The believer is not bound to marry another person. I do hear clear station, and then Bible has said, a book of Proverbs has said it, that it's good to dwell less in the corner of the house more than to dwell less with the violent person in the house. If you know your husband is violent, is it by force? It's not by force. Pack your children and go and stay away from her. Anything where you be. You see, let me give you one story. I was working with one of the leaders of this country. Okay. One of the leaders of this country. And then this man dressed in the general's uniform. He went to come out. He was from inside. Hold that hole in with uniform and push him go inside until he settle that woman before he come out to meet in that day. You see, anything where woman can never, even people can never control him. So if you live in that type of violence situation, can't you pack out? When Bible tell you say go, Bible tell you say go, and then your family will tell you say go. If you court will tell you to go, and then you stand down and say the man is violent. Look at the Christian singer. You know the name. Look how the husband is just frustrated until he died. Now she don't die. I don't want to go. The man will change. The man will change. When the Bible tells you, say, run away. Bible says if you marry an unbeliever, if you want to go, you go. It's in the Bible there. 1 Corinthians 7:13, read it. And the book of Proverbs has said that it's good to live in the corner of the house more than to live with violent person in the house. And then you are saying they say the man will change. Who will change that? They will not change. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
All
Elder.
right, appreciate Elder. Well, we'll just head out and pay some bills right now. We will be right back with the discourse this going.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Please listen to this announcement. Farax Borehole. We are competent. We are committed. We simplify borehole for your borehole survey, for your borehole drilling, or any of your borehole challenges. Call us on 0803 596 5170. 0803 596 5170. You can visit at Goshen Plaza, opposite Jabi Model Park, Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just
20,000 naira?
Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, it's still the general open banter. Our voice is a little bit, sounding almost downcast because off the microphone, myself and Almo have been bantering on, the topical issue already. And it's not far from a woman who's torn between two evils, right? A mother's dilemma. One of such would be an abusive prosecutor husband, and of course a daughter who indeed drove a knife through the heart, the chest rather, of her father, who happens to be the woman's husband. So the story has it that in the early years of their marriage, he didn't quite show that symptom of what he is, an abusive person. Maybe after 2-3 years, that's when
The
something
signs,
snaps.
the traits,
Yes, something snaps. You heard that? Something like that. Snapped, and then the man changed, and he was battering her. You know how these abusers are. They're masters at reconciliation. And then to think that this person is a prosecutor, right? He must have seen quite a number of cases and given advices, especially even with matters that concern domestic abuse, child abuse, a lot of abuses, right? They're the best at pleading. Oh, I'm sorry, the demon got into me. It was the devil. They will roll on the floor, cry their eyes out, beg you as if.
I think that's in the height of manipulation, if you ask me.
That's the point. Manipulations. They are very strong. Some of them are very heightened with manipulating as a skill that they have. And this man will beg after abusing her again, hitting her, and all of that. He'll beg again. One of such occasion, he hit her. She lost the ability to speak. So she just mumbles or types or writes now. She can't really make a statement for you to understand. You can't understand the statement until she writes it or types it. Right. And through it all, they had a daughter. Now, she was barely 6 when he started molesting her, violating her, going intimate with her. Right. And she got pregnant at 13. And in the course of it, she lost the baby. Not to natural causes. The baby was unalived. While she was watching the baby unalived by her father, the one responsible for the pregnancy. Apparently, he had brought private, doctors and nurses to take the delivery, and all of that. It was that incident alone that hardened the heart, that told her that, enough is enough. Who am I going to report my father to? Who is a prosecutor, highly respected. But people know him. He settles people's cases and cases such as this and all of that. Sometimes it's always easy for us to say, why don't the person who go and report, go and do this? I don't. That's the right thing to do. Don't get me wrong, right? It's the right thing to do. But in this case, it's a bit delicate.
Sometimes their hands are tied.
Right.
It's a very complicated and complex situation.
Especially when you know that the husband himself is a prosecutor, is a type of figure in the society that people should report cases like that too. That's the point. So how do you muster that kind of courage? And then such a man will tap your phone. So every call, every conversation, it's more like you don't have any breathing space. You're being stalked. While in a place or an environment that you're supposed to call home. But you're stalked. You're like in chains, in bondage. Now, to bring the story to a close or to drive it to the conclusion that it deserves, this young girl drives a knife through the chest of her father. That's another type of violence now, born out of anger, right? and maybe wrath, if you like. So she drives it and barely misses his heart. It's critical at the hospital, and then she too was arrested. Yeah, and remanded in custody as it stands now. Now the wife is the mother, who cannot make a speech but write, is now saying, who am I standing by? Am I standing by my husband, or should I stand by my daughter? Should I stand by my husband and... Okay, let me stand by my husband, or if I stand by my husband, right, it will show that at least I'm showing solidarity, not because I'm happy with what my husband has done, but because if he dies and is not taken proper care of until he regains consciousness, my daughter will go in for
a killer. Right.
So that's it. That's the crossroad. That's where she is at now. So you tell us, if you were to use the magic if to put yourself in that scenario, nobody's wishing that for you, by the way, so you understand. It's a magic if, magic big if. How would you advise her right now in this situation? What would you say to this woman that will be intelligent, that will be a win-win, that will be soothing, that will solve or at least give solace, whether temporary or permanently, to the discourse or the situation at hand or the circumstance at hand? That's what we are asking now. All right. So give it a deep thought. We will give you the numbers now, and then we get to look at, what some Nigerians are already saying. I mean, they've sent a message via the website. I mean, if you've not been at the website, this will be the best time for you to go and see what's going on, at the website, www.eaglesfm.com. That's it. www.eaglesfm.com. Right? All right. That's what it is. Okay. So the number is 0907 353 0044.
The other number is 0908 766 8888. You can send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 0909 705 4450. Good morning.
Hello, Miss Oya. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Coco.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
I tell you, dear.
Okay, the message
Yeah, so well done. Yes.
All right. So back to the question.
Yeah.
I think the woman herself should be neutral over this issue.
Right.
She should not side either the daughter, neither the husband. Let them carry their cross.
Okay.
The girl is out of fear. But I think it is high time for we to do away when things like this happen, because as you are saying now, I will believe that this kind of incident, there are people who are in this kind of incident and they don't know way out.
Exactly.
So sometimes you break out from silence and you break out from fear and do the right thing at the right time. Because assuming the girl speak out when the father started it, he wouldn't drive to this point. So let the father face his cross and let the girl face his cross. The woman should be innocent. Anything that comes, anything that happens, she take it that way.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
all right. Appreciate Coco.
Please, sir.
Yeah.
Please, sir, there's something I want to ask, please.
Okay.
There is this headline that bothers me over the week, like since Monday it has been trending on some other radio station. I was thinking maybe any of you will bring it as a program like this so that we can contribute.
Which is?
This headline that Buhari said that they should acknowledge MK Abiola as the president who win the election that 1993, something like that. I was thinking you will bring it up because I have a lot to say over that issue.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks for that observation, Coco. Thank you.
appreciate Coco for that one. Well, we'll look into
Thank
it.
you.
We'll look into it. And all right, so just keep your ears glued. That's what it is. All right.
Is
But
it Buhari now?
It wasn't
or
Buhari.
Just
it was
concerns from different
yes,
quarters,
it was
groups,
concerns, groups,
and
yes.
even regions. They are saying that the man, his portrait or photograph should also be arranged, at the, is it the National Assembly now or the presidency? Even because there's a lineup of, pictures of, past and present leaders. That late MK Abiola's picture should also, be placed there. But
Not just the pictures, it's that everything that accrues to him as the president should be paid to. Well, we'll look into it in due course and
Good
do
morning.
the needful. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my name is Caleb.
All right, Kenneth, where are you calling from?
Caleb.
Caleb. Oh, Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb.
From where?
Yeah, I'm calling from Abuja here.
Where in Abuja are you calling from?
Yeah, Katankwe.
Katampe.
Okay, all right.
Awesome. Talk to us,
Yeah,
Caleb.
I've heard what you're discussing. And it's very painful. I'm not happy as a father. I'm a father of 5 children. I have 4 daughters and 1 boy.
Oh, congratulations, though.
It pains me of what that man has done. I'm not happy with it at all. It upsets me at all. Very, very bad. So what I want to say here is that the woman, as the first caller said, she made a mistake of not reporting the matter early when she got to know about it. That is her blame on that side. Then there is no excuse for a sin. If there was an excuse for a sin, Adam would have kept the sin that Eve caused him in the Garden of Eden.
Okay.
So what to say here is that the girl has her own sin of almost taking the life of her father that is now on sick bed. And the father, being the most devilish woman being in the whole house, who caused all the things that has happened, is suffering what he has caused for himself. So what I've asked the woman here is that she should pay a visit to her daughter where she is now, and equally pay a visit to the husband also, because they both belong to her.
Okay.
But she cannot segregate and say, okay, let me go to the other party and leave the other party. No, they belong to her. This is your husband and this is your daughter. So pay a visit to your daughter, knowing very well that she's tempted by your husband to do what she did, and also pay a visit to your husband who is a sick person. Your daughter is not sick, but she's passing through punishment from the house of the authorities. So you can pay a visit to her first, because she deserves the visit first before your husband. I must tell the truth. I'm a man. If I should do that evil, my wife should pay a visit to my daughter first. So go for this such evil to happen to anybody.
It will not happen to
I'm not happy with it. I'm very, very bad.
you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Caleb,
Thank you
appreciate
very much, Caleb.
Oh, Caleb, right there, pouring us out how to 0907 353 0044 is that number to call. The other number is
0908 766 8888. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 0909 705 4450.
all right.
We have a message from Joseph. Joseph from Jai. He says,
Right.
Good morning. There are things
morning
you
to
don't
you.
need to pray for. Cut it off. What is that woman doing there? We Africans, we don't take decisions in time. We wait till the entire matter exacerbates. Marriage is not for wars. Save your life first. No matter what profession is a man, if you lack integrity, you are just
A paper man.
a paper man.
That's what he says. So you're just a paper man. Talking about the fact that the man in this in the question is a prosecutor. And funny enough, maybe y'all don't really understand who a prosecutor is. I mean, with someone with such power will stalk you, that kind of person will abuse you. In fact, if the person decides to be, devilish, as you said, right, can stalk you, now this is not to say that all prosecutors like this. No, please.
Right.
All right. But this type of prosecutor, this particular one, is a stalker. Will ensure that you don't have a breathing space. In fact, if it's possible, you put a gadget in your bag, your clothing or something, so just to monitor you.
Chips or
How?
devices, you won't even know.
Like, how do you want to get...
in a bid to get help internally or externally, he's always in the know.
That's the
And
thing.
you'd be amazed. How did he know? How did he
How
hear
did he get
this? Is it that
information?
he's been monitoring? You don't even have to think if he's been monitoring. They are always going to monitor your conversations, your
Exactly.
movement, and everything.
Exactly.
So, like I said before, it's a very complex, situation for the woman or the mother trying to choose who to, stand by or stand with, the husband or the daughter. Now, let's quickly take a look at some of the views that have been expressed, by Nigerians.
Collection of Nigerians, yeah.
Right. We have this one. At Niger Mom says, "This is heartbreaking. How can a father do this to his own child? The system needs to protect our children better." Of course.
That's right. And this must be, accruing to the place of outrage and all of that. But from the place of anger now, at Angry Nigerian, just anger, and it's going at Angry Nigerian, that's what it is, says that monster of a father deserves to rot in jail. How can you kill your own grandchild? That part. And you see that part? A lot of people are not
Is
even
that child
seeing
supposed to be
it.
his grandchild or his own child?
Well,
Because
that's another-
he
Oh,
abused,
Lord.
he violated this girl, and then he got her pregnant.
But-
so it's not really his grandchild.
Grandchild, that's his
his own child.
Lord.
It's his own child. Now we have a message from this person who has actually expressed, some level of empathy. He says, "My heart goes out to Nyoma and her mom. No one deserves to go through this. We need to support survivors of domestic violence."
Sure.
Indeed, it's
Sure.
very important for us to survive the survivors or even victims, as opposed to being quick to blame them or apportion blames, and like, oh, you may have done something wrong to, get this kind of treatment from whoever the abuser is. That shouldn't even be the first thing to look at for. The first point of call or duty should be to report this to the nearest police station,
Right.
and also to call the attention of the Ministry of Women Affairs, for example, to also weigh in and try to see how these issues can be addressed, because whether we like it or not, the rate of domestic violence in our society today, it is really alarming.
Astronomical,
And
honestly.
as much as we it's not really our fault now as a media, but it's because of the cases that have been reported, even though some of them are underreported. We'd like to state also that men also get abused
That's right.
by their wives. They also get abused by their wives. But such cases are sometimes, underreported. But the ones that are reported that we're working with, it's really okay for us to deliberate on these issues and proffer solutions.
And then it makes you also think, from that part, where you said men are also being abused by their
Right.
wives or from the other, the
Gender.
opposite gender. You might also want to wonder, why are we not hearing more of that? Why don't we even hear it? Does it mean it doesn't happen? But some would say that the frequency at which it happens, would vary with the female. But well, let's put that thought on hold, take the skull.
Good morning.
The way I take the skull sometimes is
Morning.
good
Morning,
morning.
everyone.
Yes.
Good morning.
Seriously, this is a very pathetic situation.
What's your
Um,
name, please?
Can you hear me?
What
Yes,
is
what's your name?
Where are you calling from?
Really a pathetic situation. You can
Hello?
imagine on that.
Hello?
Can we please get your name? Can we please get your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, my name is Michael. I'm coming from Abuja.
We are in Abuja precisely.
In Lucet.
All right, please go ahead, Michael.
So what I'm saying in effect is that it's very, very unfortunate, and my heart goes out to that innocent child. Can you imagine a child? If the first line of protection and security should be at home, be the home. But now the home couldn't protect her, couldn't secure her. Then an innocent child. Then even the society. Now looking at the entire scenario, I think that everybody must have partook in the what we call repercussion. There's always a consequence for every action everyone takes. You can imagine this family, a father abusing a child over a period of time, a very young lad. Now, the point is that, to me, I think the woman was so negligent. Like, are you getting me?
All right.
Even if the father is so connected, is so everywhere, are you getting me? For a child to be voicing out and say, look at what that is doing to me. That's a no. Even when you look at it, I might even start suspecting the lady. Because you can imagine that kind of scenario. And now look at it. She is outside, she is in the prison, nobody to take care of her. So what happens? Let's assume, or God forbid, the man passes on. Are you getting me? How will the consciousness of that girl be in her entire life for coming into this world? Who brought her into this world? So I think there's a need for this to be balanced.
All right.
The man has already started partaking in his own thing. There's repercussion on him, there's repercussion on the woman, and now the innocent child is being persecuted. So what I want to add or advise her to do is to find a way to go and make sure that she makes her pencils with the girl. Are you getting me?
Right.
It doesn't matter. They can find a way to figure it out. But that girl's life and future matters a lot.
Right.
What becomes of her after 10 years from now? So that is the little I have to, because of time factor. Maybe some other time we can go on.
That's
Thank
right.
you very
Thank
much,
you so very
Michael.
much.
Appreciate
Thank
my
you.
brother.
So mindful of you.
Very mindful, very
Very
thoughtful.
demure.
My goodness, honestly. But there is always the part that was make me wonder why. It seems as though our society is wired in such a way that
Women are always at the receiving end.
that's
But
that's
why
the
is that?
thing. Why? Because for a woman in her position, right? This is not to undermine what you said, Kenneth, but in a position with, you think she would not have tried all of that? You think that there would not have been a backlash here and there? Should she support a daughter now? Society will still say, "Oh, how could you support your daughter? He is still your husband. He's still your." She goes supports gives support to her husband now. Society will still come out and say, don't you have feelings? Are you not a woman? And that girl is a girl that will
Your
turn a
daughter,
woman.
you carried her for 9
Do you
months.
understand?
I think it's just a case of double standards.
You said it all.
Double
Might
standards.
just be a double standard case.
Double standards.
Honestly.
That's just it. And I think it's very, very common in this part of the world. I really don't know why, but I think we need to do better. Policy makers, our religious leaders, our traditional leaders,
True.
and even as a people, individually, we need to do better.
True.
You really don't know how, it hurts until you find yourself.
In the shoes.
Well,
But we don't want you to find yourself in
Not
the
at
shoes.
all. We don't want
That's
to.
why we're having this conversation now. Right. Samuel from Kuje, greetings to you, my brother Udwak Daniel and Princess Adeze Omoefe Ajia to the side. Saying, just to say, thank you for the good and wonderful work you're doing. More grace and strength to continue to do what you know best how to do. Shalom,
Thank
he
you
says.
very much,
Appreciate that one from
Samuel.
you, Samuel.
Thank
Well,
you.
we taking the school. Should we go on?
Let's squeeze it.
Squeeze it in, she says. All right, squeezed it in, and we lost the call right there. But we'll just get on to, some other thought line. I mean, we saw the place of somebody, via social media saying from the place of frustration, why did the mom not speak out earlier? Why did she not protect the child? This is a failure of our society. That's what he says.
Again, it's
Took
the
it right
mother.
took it right off. But then he also goes to the place of failure of society.
Yes,
I
yes,
think that's
yes.
the bone of contention now. This one here says,
Neoma, you're not alone. We stand with you. Your father's actions are not your fault.
all right, this one, of course, from supports and from the place of disbelief now. This one says, the story is unbelievable. How can a prosecutor of all people commit such atrocities? Some questions there.
So that's the reality we're faced with.
That's the reality.
Whether you like it or not.
The human nature, desperately wicked, they said.
And a call to action from this contributor says we need to take action against domestic violence. We need to support organizations that help survivors, and we need to create a safer society for all. I think it's very, very important.
True.
Right.
Well, from the cultural critique point of view now, this one says the story highlights the flaws in our cultural expectation of women. We need to stop stigmatizing survivors of domestic violence and start supporting them. All right, at Culture Critic Nigerian now, and we've got 2 more to go.
All right. I'd like to take this one, which says that may God heal Neoma and her mom. May God give them the strength and courage, and we stand with them in solidarity. I think that's just the most we can do right now.
The most we can do right there, right? But yes, your thoughts too will be relayed to this woman, and of course, she will do the needful in that regard. There is one of her family members that brought to the place of balancing the situation. I mean, the man is in a dire state now. The husband is, the daughter is not sick, but then is also in custody.
And we never can tell what the outcome, the verdict would be.
I mean, she's 16
Do you think
now.
it's going to be in her favor? But she's 16.
She's 16
not
now.
an adult
not
yet.
An adult. She's not an adult. She's a minor. Still a minor. And all of that. Well, thank you, far too kind. I mean, we will thrill you to some beautiful tune. And, of course, after the time out, and allow you to have a sensational Wednesday. It's way back
Wednesday, by the way.
You should not
That's
miss
right.
the vibes that is about to be get lit.
So there's a song actually, I don't know, a while ago, the song actually struck my mind.
Yeah.
Little patience, little
Okay,
patience,
little
never,
patience,
never
yeah.
worry,
Okay.
never. If you have faith, you can move mountains.
Saints,
I mean, I'm not an old school person. Yes.
Where'd you
I'm
get
not a
that one
lover of
from?
old school music, but I think that song kind of speaks to the reality that we're faced with at the moment.
Yeah.
Little patience is very, very important. I mean, regardless of the economic, hardship, just be patient. And if you have faith, best believe you can move mountains. And let's not forget that it's a renewed hope, agenda or administration that we are operating on.
That's right.
So keep hope alive. Be patient with this, the turn
With the
of
turns
events.
and tide.
Yes.
And let's see how
Have
we can
faith.
build.
Have
Be
faith.
hopeful.
Be hopeful.
That's it. Well, this is the much we'll take for a Wednesday now. The Eagles Morning Rises breakfast show, of course, has come to, not a conclusive close just yet because we've got some beautiful tunes for you.
Right.
But at 12 o'clock, of course, will be time for Today in 60 Seconds when our dear colleague will be here to take you on the Sunny Side show. That's the TSSS. Okay, three S's.
TSS.
S.
The Sunny Side show. Okay, it's 3 S.
3 S's.
Yes.
Okay.
TSSS.
That's right. My name is Edward Daniel. Call me UD, the golden voice on your radio.
Well, I'm really thrilled by the new title that I've been, given today.
Daisy.
That's a Princess Adaeze.
Yes.
Right. My name is Omo Ife Peace of Semeri. You can call me Ife for short. And don't forget the new title, Princess Adaeze. Good morning.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just
20,000 naira?
Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.